June 10th, 1980, evening session continues.
Verbatim translation would be, prior to word, embrace the problem. Prior to the emanation of word, embrace the problem. So, Maharaj explained like this. Prior to word. Prior to word means even the word which is I am. Even that I am this state, prior to that whatever is, embrace that. In short, he said, the manifest, that is the I amness, should embrace the unmanifest. The manifest should embrace the unmanifest. Then how is it possible? Is it possible for the manifest to embrace the unmanifest? So that he narrated a story. In the story, one person took a vow that I shall tie down the sleep and bring it here, arrest it and bring it. So he tried and tried, the process of tying the sleep. But what happened in that process, he got so much exhausted that he fell into a deep sleep. Like that, this consciousness, when it tries to embrace the unconscious, or the manifest embraces the unmanifest, the manifest turns into unmanifest. I said you have moved about in the world a lot. He said, but he must have gone for the sake of art, not for seeking himself. Many births. They had had so many births, and they will have so many births. That's what they say. So long as they have not come in contact directly with the self, so long as they have not realized the self. So long as they have not realized the self, they will always talk about birth. Once they realize the self, they know that there are no births. No. In the process of their peregrinations in various births, if they happen to meet their own self, the Atman, the births are over.
बोलला त्याच्यावर बोलू शकतो त्या लोकांनी कोणी करतात त्याच्यावर जगन म्हणतो स्वतः येऊन काय येऊन तुम्ही कधी काय काय त्याच्यावर बोलायचं तो आपल्या वृत्तातच बोलता
वृत्तात आणून ठेवायचं.
रस्त्यावर जाऊन ठेवायचं. पैसे घ्या म्हणजे आता बोलले जास्त
earlier he used to talk something, he used to pick up some subject himself and talk. But he said now it is not possible because I am in a state which is neither vritti nor vrutta, something prior to that. Vrutta means the message I am, and vritti means the mind flow, mind inclination. So since I am prior to that now, there is no mind flow, and even the message I am just on the border of that. Therefore, I cannot create any subject or themes for you. Unless you ask something, and you will be asking from your mind flow, mind inclination, mind disposition. And if you ask any question, then I will pick you up from that mind inclination and plant you in your beingness. That much I will do if you ask any question. You will be picked up from mind and put prior to mind. And prior to mind is manifest beingness. Would you like to ask something?
It's not on the subject. It is something, since I've seen Maharaj, something has happened a couple of times that I don't understand. It is not on the subject, though. It's probably not important, but it puzzles me. Since I moved to Tiruvannamalai, I have had dreams. In the dreaming state, I've dreamt of things that in the waking state happen. Following the dream, they happen exactly as the dream happened.
That means the dreaming state, you saw something like waking state only.
I would have, in the dreaming state, I would see what occurred 3 hours after I woke up, in every detail. I want to know, how does dreaming consciousness know what's going to happen in the future when waking consciousness?
That means the future was.
It was the future. What I dreamt took place after, what I dreamt in detail took place 3 hours in each case after I woke up. It happened, just as the dream said it would. How does dreaming consciousness know this, when waking consciousness doesn't know?
जाणीव हिला कसं माहिती काय हे होणार आहे म्हणून
आपण होतो त्याला काय कायदा काढून सगळ्यात कसं होतं ना, कोणाला काय होतं, कोणाला काय होतं, कोणाला काय होतं, सगळ्याला कसं होतं.
No explanation can be offered because it is the power of your consciousness.
Because of what?
It is the power of your consciousness.
Yes.
Consciousness, he had said earlier, it is all powerful. Why it behaves in a particular manner, you cannot give any explanation.
All right. Okay.
The way it directs you or gives you the indication of the future, the same thing may not happen to others.
Okay, that's fine. Maharaj, good things have happened since I met Maharaj. Very good things have happened. By my doing nothing. Maharaj said, don't do, just be. Is this all that is to be done? Nothing?
आपल्याला भेटल्यानंतर बऱ्याच चांगल्या शुभ गोष्टी झाल्या म्हणतात, आणि आपण सांगितलं की तू नुसतं असणे एवढंच करायचं असेल तर तू नुसतं असणे एवढंच, म्हणजे काय करायचंच नाही, तर म्हणजे काही करायचंच नाही.
काय करायचं मग काय पास झालं, दुसरं काय होतं.
If at all you want to do something, you will be doing just to pass time, not for spirituality.
अल्पसिद्धी म्हणतात. त्याने कल्पना करून पण त्याच्यात भूमिकू नको, फक्त कल्पना.
You might attain certain siddhi powers. You might attain, but don't get involved in that. Don't get stuck up in that, because these are temporary allurements.
It's not. It's something that just puzzled me. That's I wanted to know. The answer is very fine, it's suitable. There's nothing I can do. I am very pleased with what has happened in the last year. Things are just very good. I'm watching the body and the mind from a, could say, distance. There is nothing to be done to speed things up. I cannot wrestle with the
If
absolute.
you are really in a position to watch body and mind,
I am.
anything to be done is only in the level of body mind. Since you are now out of it, there is no question of doing also.
There's no question of doing. Of being.
Yes, in being there is no doing.
In being there is no doing. So there is nothing to do.
Doing is only in the domain of mind and body.
So there is nothing to do. Okay.
आणि वर्षभर फार चांगलं बरं वाटलं. Blessing of body and mind occurs to you is very good.
You tell Maharaj, I realized it very suddenly. I got into an accident and I had to go to the hospital
Isn't it?
to have stitches. And they didn't have any anesthetic. They didn't freeze it. And I don't like pain very much. And they were poking through with the wire, and I realized there was a lot of pain, and it didn't hurt. You know what I mean? And that has never happened in my life.
Without anesthesia,
No anesthetic at all, and I don't
you
like
could stand the pain.
I realized there was a lot of pain, and it wasn't hurting.
Yes.
You understand? Yes.
Can I update?
Bicycle.
हो तर शक्ती झाली निर्माण म्हणते
तापामध्ये ते मोठ्याची आहे सुटेली दिसत ते रोजच्या करता नसते जे दिसते ते रोजच्या करता नसते काय रोजच्या करता ही मोठी गेम आहे
दृष्टीने
दृष्टीने जे दिसत
हो हो ते
रोजच्या करता राहणार नाही
हो हो
त्याच्या अपेक्षा करता राहतात
हा हा It says in the world, whatever is observed, that is not for everyday consumption, because it is ever changing.
That is not for everyday consumption.
For everyday consumption, it is not the same thing. Because whatever is seen, it is changed, it is gone. Again a new thing, again a new thing. Passing show.
पुढचा विचार कुठला
Oh.
कुठला व्यवहार काहीतरी झाला तर तुझी हमेशा कसा असणार नाही
Oh.
हमेशा रोजच्या करता असतो
Whatever magnificent thing you might be having, even a tree or something, it is continuous in a state of flux. Everything is continuously changing.
Yes.
Same thing, same situation does not exist the very next moment.
The watching remains, the witnessing remains.
साक्षात्व राहतो म्हणजे साक्षात्व
उत्पन्न ते असेल पण
how long?
ते असेल
So long as that is, the consciousness is.
As long as there is something to watch. Yes.
No, so long as the consciousness is, beingness is.
Yeah.
And the beingness gone, witnessing gone.
That's what I said.
दिसणारे दिवशी असेल साक्षी बोला
Oh.
तुझ्या दिसणारे दिवशी व्हायचं झालं ना
Now, he also said, whatever vista observed, so long as the vista is there, available, until then witnessing happens.
Yeah. It's to know the knower of the witness.
To know the knower.
Of the witness. It says to go beyond the witness. Well, that one must know the witness. It does know the witness. Is it aware of the witness?
आपण म्हणतात साक्षीचं साक्षत्व व्हायला पाहिजे साक्षीचं साक्षत्व व्हायला पाहिजे असं आपण म्हणतो
ज्याचं साक्षी योग ते गेलं ते भाग्य राहिले ते कोण भाग्य राहिले ते कोण ज्याचं साक्षी योग ते सगळं गेलो भाग्य राहिलं ते
You say now with the beingness, the witnessing happens. Beingness gone, and whatever observed through beingness is gone. What remains? That is that.
This cannot be understood with the mind. What is beyond cannot be known.
Knowing the process of mind,
Knowing is a
only
process of mind.
abidance in that.
To be it, not to know it.
And ते समजून घेता येते का मग जे ते राहतं ते समजण्याजोगं आहे का
उपयोग काय म्हणतात उपयोग काय करणार समजून काय समजणार म्हणजे
What are you going to understand there? And what is the use of understanding that is it?
तेच काम करा
Because it is desireless
उपयोग काय
for a Brahma state.
That is our natural state. Our Brahma state.
Is the natural state.
The natural state. And yet there is nothing to be done, nothing can be done to attain. I almost said to know that state, but you can know it.
ही अत्यंत स्वाभाविक स्थिती आहे का विचारतात? ही जी स्थिती आहे परब्रह्माची,
आपल्या माहिती तिसरं व्यक्त आहे.
इट इज स्पॉन्टेनियस, नॅचरल, ऑलवेज अवेलेबल स्टेट.
वजन कमी असते म्हणून काहीच नाही.
Nobody can add or subtract anything out of it. Nobody can add to it nor deduct from it.
All that we know in consciousness is a dream. All that we know in consciousness,
All knowing.
in consciousness is a dream. It's not real. It's illusion. Since I saw Maharaj, I know there is no person here. There is nothing here. But what is out there? There is nothing here but what is there. What is here, there's an emptiness here, but it is filled by what is there. In other words, what I seem to be is what I see, or hear, or feel. There is an emptiness here, a lack of a person here, but it's filled by everything outside. You follow? No. Forget it. I'll bring enough smoke. I'll be used to it. Not that. I was trying to start to stay. Because oh, yeah, gave up on this.
He was grappling with the theme.
I'm not grappling with the theme. I'm trying to make you understand something. Before I left Maharaj, there is talking going on, but there is no talking. No one is talking.
We are talking like swans.
No, I get you.
And I said there is listening occurring, but nobody is listening. And Maharaj said, that's right. And later on, Maharaj was talking, and I said, who's talking? And he said, he's asking. And I realized he was saying non-person for slow. Do you understand? I'll bring it up again.
आणखी 3 मिनिट आहे 6:30.
चालताना त्याने प्रश्न केला म्हणे, ऐकणारा कोण, बोलणारा कोण असावे, त्यांनी प्रश्न केला. तर आपण विचार ऐकणारा कोण आहे? तो इकडे सगळं रिकामं झालंय म्हणतो, स्वतःकडे सगळं रिकामं झालंय आणि त्यामुळे सगळंच रिकामं झालंय म्हणतो.
पण या ओळखीतून कशाची अपेक्षात नसेल तर ठीक आहे.
हो,
ज्याला त्या ओळखीतून कशातही अपेक्षात भेटेल तर ठीक आहे.
your explanation is perfect, provided there is no desire left in you for any worldly matter.
Every worldly matter has to be gone through and exhausted. Every.
म्हणजे जगाच्या प्रत्येक विषयातनं जायला पाहिजे आणि ते समजून घ्यायला पाहिजे का? इकडे रिकाम आहे.
स्वप्न जर बघायला कुठे कुठे जातो.
It is to see the dream world. Where do you go?
See the dream world? I go to sleep.
मी झोपेत जातो. झोपेत जातो.
झोपेतून बाहेर येतो.
You come out of the sleep. You don't go into sleep. In sleep it is not available. You come out of the sleep with a dreamy consciousness.
Oh.
दुसरं काय होतं?
What was that question?
I forgot. Oh, I said, does everything have to be experienced?
हा, जगातल्या सगळ्यातनं अनुभवातनं जावं लागेल का?
स्वप्नाचे अनुभव सगळ्या जगात घेतोय ना.
You see, when you are experiencing the dream consciousness, don't you experience every detail of the dream world?
तिथे कुठे कुठे जातो. बोलूया.
So, from where do you enter into dream world? How do you go out of the dream world?
Do I go out of the dream world?
How do you enter the dream world?
How do well, Maharaj said I wake up and sleep with the dream world.
स्वप्न जग म्हणजे मी जागा होतो, स्वप्न जगात जागा होतो एवढं.
हो आलाच कुठे जागा राहिला.
He says, you want to wake up into dream world. From where did you come?
कशातून जागा झाला.
Where did
You
I
woke up out of what?
out of sleep?
झोपेत झोपेत ना जागा.
स्वतःच्या गावात राहतो का.
Were you living in that city of deep sleep?
To wake up from it. But I must admit to wake up from it.
I must.
You asked me whether I was living in the state of deep sleep.
In a town of deep sleep, he said.
In the town?
Or in a city of deep sleep.
Was I
That's what he
living in that
said.
city?
Whether you are living in a city of deep sleep.
Hello? Huh? Maharaj said this morning that consciousness was like water, flowing all the time. He said you can put it in a glass and keep it quiet, but it's unnatural. I noticed the mind has not become any more tranquil in the years since I've seen Maharaj. It still rattles on like a lunatic all the time. Everything I read says the mind becomes quiet. My mind has not become quiet for a moment. Will it ever? While I'm alive, while the body is alive, will the mind ever become quiet?
ते म्हणतात आपण सांगितलं सकाळी की जाणीव म्हणजे पाण्याच्या प्रवाहासारखं आहे, प्रवाहासारखं पाहतो कालामध्ये. आणि ते म्हणतात की ते संथ व्हायला पाहिजे. तर माझं मन तर सारखंच हे भरभटत असतं.
ते बोलला की तुम्हाला निर्णय किती ऐकण्याचं वेगळं. आपला बोलण्याचा होतो ऐकण्याचं वेगळं.
देहाच्या अंतापर्यंत माझं मन असंच भरभटत राहणार का विचारतो.
जोपर्यंत काहीतरी खरं बांधतोय तोपर्यंत कसं असं काहीतरी खरं बांधलं तुझ्या माणसाचं घ्यायला असं.
He says, so long as you are hanging to an identity of yours, as I am like this, until then that flow of mind will be there.
Because there is still a person here.
Yeah, got bogged down into it.
कल्पना झालं ना.
June 1980 morning.
June 11th, 1980, morning session begins.
Because he has merged with the Absolute, and he is able to reject all the siddhis that would come to him normally. He's been able to reject all those. This illness that has come upon him, he's treating this as a Mahasiddhi. I would like an explanation of that. I don't understand that last bit. We talked about it.
यांचं म्हणणं असं, आपण या सगळ्या सिद्धी होत्या त्या धिरकारून लावल्या आणि आता जो आजार आलाय तो महासिद्धी आपण म्हणतात. ते महासिद्धी असेल आम्हाला समजलं नाही. असं महासिद्धी ही संज्ञा महाराजांनी का दिली हे समजलं नाही. विकृतीचा संताप येऊ नये म्हणून, कीड येऊ नये म्हणून. He calls it Mahasiddhi only because you see, you can either laugh at it or you have to cry at it. So if you don't want to cry at something, you laugh at it. So instead of, so that he shouldn't be angry or annoyed with something that has come upon him, he calls it the other way around. पाचच वर्षाचे मला क्लेश होता नाही. स्वच्छ झालेला त्याच्यावर बंद झालं बाबा गेली. त्या बाबतीत शरीरापासून मुळी मुक्त होतात. आणि ती वाढ सहन होत नाही त्याच्याकरता ही त्यांची मदत घेते. फक्त प्राण सहन झाला पाहिजे. माझ्याकडच्या मी मला कसा प्राप्त करू माझ्याकडच्या मी मला कसा प्राप्त झाला त्या आधी मला कशाचं बंधन आहे. काय कशाचं बंधन तो प्राण सोबत आहे ते सगळं तुला नाही. प्राण घेऊन सगळं पतीला गेलेलो पतीला गेलो निर्माण झालेली आहे. फिरत असो रक्ताची मृत्यू ही व्यवस्था नाही. काय तसं नसलं आणि त्याची वागणूक नक्की काय घडलेलं वृत्त हे सुखदुःखाचे कारण आहे. सुखाचे कारण तो जाणतो आहे तो निवृत्त आहे.
Identity or identifying oneself with this psychosomatic apparatus which is the body, that is the cause of all pain and unhappiness. And the one who has understood this body as merely an apparatus that has come about with the consciousness within the body, one who has understood this properly is liberated.
Swimming pool here. Does anyone have any questions?
He is not going to talk by himself to give us knowledge henceforth. If there are any questions, he will answer.
टोटली होऊन गेले पण सगळ्या ह्याच्यावर स्मृतीचा पडदा पडला. शाश्वत काही नाही. मग आपण करावं तरी काय कशासाठी करावं त्यामुळे कुठलंच शाश्वत नाही.
फक्त आपल्याला आपण उभारून घालू बघावं आणि चाचावं आपल्याला
सगळं नश्वर आहे. काही अर्थ नाही याच्यात.
असं काय अनुभव ते नंतर काय चालेल ते आपल्याला आपण वाचून वाचून चाचावं काय हे जे शास्त्र पुराणांचे आहे काही शास्त्र काय कर्म नाही करतात. सगळं काय आहे तेवढं करून मांडू वाद जागा स्वतःचा नमुना आपल्याला काय आहे तेवढं आपला कसं आपण म्हणून काय पैशावर कसा कोणतं कोणी काय असो पण जो आपला निकाल लागला आपल्याजवळ तर तसा असू लागेल. कधी मग लहान मोठा पडून लागेल. शेवटी आपल्याला मी आपलं क्षत्रिय विचार त्याच्याने त्या लहान मोठ्यांनी पोहलेला आहे सगळं पाहिजे नाही विचार ठेवायचे कोणत्या भाषणाला नाही पण स्वतःला स्वतः प्रेरिकाची आकाशाचं सगळ्या करतो वारी सगळ्या करतो अगदी सगळ्या करतो वारी सगळ्या करतो भूलोक सगळ्या करतो भूलोकातून जे निर्माण होते ते भूलोकातून विषय होते वाटतो आणि भूलोकामध्ये ते निर्माण होते भगवाला म्हणून विषय होते कोणाला लई केसाच्या हजारा विषय एवढा सुद्धा स्वतंत्र रूप नाही कोणाला माझी आत्मदर्शनाने सर्व कार्यसिद्ध पूर्ण होते आत्मदर्शन कोणते आत्मनिर्णय असं आहे सत्तात्मक शक्ती माझ्याकडे भाजन ठेव असे मला उपाय सत्तात्मक शक्ती माझ्या करतात मी समोर ठेवण्याचा उपाय आहे की नाही कोण बघायचं अभिषेका फिरणारा बाळकाला मिळला सत्ताची गरज कोणी हात मिळला विचार मिळला म्हणे कोणी हात घेऊन नाही म्हणे कोणी तमाशा आहे विचारा
आत्मा आहे तो आत्मा म्हणजे परमात्मा परमात्मा आणि
अक्षर हे नव्हे समजलं आत्मा आणि अक्षर आहे आत्मा नव्हे आत्मा म्हणजे आपण जे चविवृत्ती काय आहे तीच आपण जे चविवृत्ती नव्हत्याला काय आहे स्वरूपी नसताना आपला बोलणी काय ते कशाचे काय येतो तो ध्यान झाला बसले सगळं मला मी घर करेल
कारण काही हे तत्व मानतात अहम ब्रह्मात्मी मी ब्रह्म आहे
होय होय बरोबर
म्हणतात
कहाचं स्वतः तोड बैठला नको स्वतः तोड जिल्हा भजन लागेल मग भजन काय होतं म्हटलं नाही पण ज्यांनी आपलं डोक्यात घेतलं होतं चिंता आत्मदर्शनी निवाल
आत्मदर्शन होणं म्हणजे साक्षात्कार
साक्षात्कार कसं प्रत्यक्षात मी काय आहे कळलं
मी कोण आहे
प्रत्यक्षात मी काय आहे कळलं साक्षात्कार कसं बोलक्याचं
मग साक्षात्कार म्हणतात साक्षात्कार
शब्द आहे
सगळे शब्दांचा खेळ आहे मग मोक्ष मोक्ष म्हणजे काय ते
संपलं
पाहिलं तर खरंच सोपं आहे
शिकून झालं नव्हतं कृष्णाशिवाय शिकून शिकून झालं नव्हतं दादा तर काही घेऊन बसतात जेवढी जास्ती त्याची पोट घेतात प्रत्येक साधं किती पोट घेत प्रत्येक पोट घेत माझ्याकडे एकच पोट नाही काय
गाडी ठेवा आणि फक्त सांगा आपलं शिकवण आहे
ती सुद्धा कशा कशा ओळखी करता ती धरून ठेवा
म्हणजे ओळख होईल आपण एवढं समजायचं आणि कसं असायचं मग काय मग झालं
काय करण्याचे करायला
काय करायचं ते करायचं येणारे
रूप लागू मला काय करता
तो तत्व आहे एवढं आपण
आपल्या घडण्या तरी करायला होईल का तुम्हाला? आपल्या मी घडचं आहे ते घडून नाही माझं करता येईल का?
नाही करता येणार, काही करता येणार नाही.
मुलं घालायचं अहंकार गेला अहंकार गेला समजतो घालायचं.
मी काही नाही, मी कोणी नाही एवढं म्हटलं की झालं.
म्हटलं नाही
तो भाव तसा ठेवायचा.
भाव देऊ काय नाही इतकं झालं पाहिजे. ते म्हणणं बरोबर म्हणजे म्हणण्याला काही अर्थच नाही.
पण तसं भाव आपण आपल्या मनात घट्ट रोवल्याशिवाय आपण तसं होऊ शकत नाही.
होय बरोबर आहे. तो भाव तुम्हाला दिला ते बीज घातलं पाहिजे. त्या बीजाचे झाड होणार नाही आणि बीजाचं झाड झाल्यानंतर बीज खोटं होतं एका दिलाला बीजच खोटं होतं म्हणून झाड खोटं.
मग सगळं काहीच नाही म्हटलं तर मग ते
करायची गरज काय प्रत्येक झाला आहे.
म्हणजे रंग नाही, रूप नाही, त्याला काही आगे नाही, पिछे
त्याचा
नाही,
स्वाद नाही रुची नाही.
स्वाद नाही, रुची नाही.
स्वाद रुची नाही म्हणजे काय करायचं? आपण कधी स्वाद रुची नाही मग आणखी काय बोलणार तुम्ही कशाला?
नाही म्हणजे मग हे काहीच नाहीये, नेते म्हणजे काहीच नाही असं झालं तर मग खरं काय आपल्याला अजून आम्हाला समजलंच नाही असं म्हणावं लागेल. खरं मग काय ते समजलंच नाही असं म्हणावं लागेल.
खरं अक्षर कुठे आहे? खरं अक्षर तरी खरी आहे का?
काय खोटं काय ते ठरवणं कठीण आहे.
रोज मुलगी तुमचा ठेवून जायचं आपण
फक्त अनुभूती पाहिजे. अनुभूती
पाहिजे नाही ती सगळं होऊन दाखवू. त्याला स्वप्न धर्म म्हणा. केवळ तुम्हाला जागा आहे असे वाटलं की सगळं ऐकत तयार. हा धर्म तुम्हाला फळ वाटतो. जागा आहे ते वाटलं की सगळं तयार. पण जागा नसून जागा नसून जागा आहे ते वाटतं. ब्रह्म कर्म ब्रह्मांड त्याच्या लाल म्हणजे बरोबर व्हायचं काय गेलं नाही. सगळं एकच सगळं एकच नसून मिथ्या. जागे पडले पाहिजे. म्हणजे लांबच काही पाच करून करायला देतात. मग लागतो
वेदना वगैरे होतात का? वेदना नाही ना.
नाही जे त्याच्या कोणी तरी संकल्प केला तर प्रेरणा नाही.
हो हे कमी होऊ दे ताबडतोब म्हणून आपण संकल्प करावे. म्हणजे असं प्रार्थना आहे म्हणजे कमी होईल.
जगात ज्यांनी ज्यांनी ऐकलं ते सगळं वापरून गेलेलं आहे. खोटं नाही आणि खरं म्हणते बघत म्हणून घेतायचं ते वापरून गेलं. खोटं नाही पण खरं म्हणते बघ. चला बाबा चला.
What has happened now in 10 minutes, the basic question was asked and the basic answer was given. And the basic answer Maharaj repeats quite often. It's simple, which our friend himself said, that if that is so, then it is very simple. Thereafter, he went to catch hold of that simple thing. And Maharaj said, look, it's not something you can catch hold of. The moment you catch hold of it is wrong, it is not correct. If there is something you can catch hold of, it is not the truth. So it is simple and yet it's so ephemeral. That was the basic. So the question was, he said, I accept
that the whole world is temporal. There is nothing that happens in the world which lasts. Knowing all that, having accepted that, what is one to do? That was the basic question. So Maharaj in effect has said,
जर्मनहून आलेला आहे
he has pointed out
$56 आणि 8 सेंट द्यायला पाहिजे. हा कोण आहे लोक
answer was, before the answer came, Maharaj has pointed out the emptiness of the question. The question was, what is one to do? So Maharaj says, there is no one. There is no identity. There is no entity. There is no individual person who can do anything. And two things. There is no individual person and there is nothing that can be done. Whatever is happening as in a dream. So there is nothing to be done. Whatever is happening, so anything that one does by way of life, living, is purely involuntary. There is no volition in it. So he said, so what is to be done? He said, nothing to be done. It's merely to understand what has happened. So he said, what has happened? The noumenon has dreamt this, and the entire phenomenon has come about suddenly. All in it, the moment the consciousness is come. The moment this speck of consciousness is come, the entire dream has come. So in that dream, there is no individual. There is no individual who can do anything either to stop, prevent it, or to alter it. Just as in the individual dreamer, when the individual dreamer dreams, all he can do in that dream is to watch himself along with other figures, the dreamed figures, living their own independent their life, totally involuntary. There is nothing that the dreamer can do in the dream. The dream takes its own course. So understand this, and there is nothing to be done. And earlier, yesterday, he pointed out what the individual body is. So there is the body consists of the 5 elements. No one has done anything to acquire the body. No one has wanted this body. No one can take credit for the body. Nor can even say that I am responsible one way or the other for the body. The whole thing has come upon us without volition, and that whatever has come must take its course, and at the end of that course, at the end of what we call the life term, whatever has happened, whatever has occurred, will disappear, will end. So that is a series of events. There is no question of individuality at any time. So then he said, whatever happens, what do I do? So Maharaj has again further explained that whatever happens, are you in a position, are you, that there is something imagined as you, are you in a position to alter anything? Think of it. So one thinks one is living, but really one is living. So there is nothing one can do except to understand the situation as it is and carry out and merely watch the life that is being lived. There is nothing one can do because there is no individual entity and there is no volitional living. That all he has to do is to have a sankalpa that the inconvenience, physical inconvenience that he is feeling should disappear. So Maharaj says that can happen, that will do, but he has completely given up his individuality. So who is to make the sankalpa? He agrees that if he makes the sankalpa, he will disappear. But who is to make the sankalpa? So therefore Maharaj repeats, all that is to be done is not to do anything, but merely understand the happening that has come about, that we call life and the world. Let even the watching take place, passively, involuntarily, without considering any individual acts, because there is no individual act.
आम्ही सगळं करतो संकल्प हा त्रास ताबडतोब कमी व्हावं.
चला.
June 1980 morning.
June 12th, 1980, morning session begins.
He doesn't concern himself with things like conduct and so on. But since one is very much the body-mind, my observation
June 12th, 1980, morning session begins.
he doesn't concern himself with things like conduct and so on. But since one is very much the body-mind, my observation is quite often that even for those of us who have to some extent imbibed this knowledge, whether intellectually or one tries to put it into practice or whatever, one expects a certain change. And when that change isn't forthcoming,
Then you feel disappointed.
yes. And when does that change come? How does that change come? Only when you realize the ultimate knowledge or as you go?
त्यांचा प्रश्न असा, महाराज म्हणतात की युक्तीबद्दल माझं आपण लक्ष देत नाही, आपण हे ज्ञानावर देतो आणि ज्ञान झालं मग वृत्तीमध्ये आपोआपच बदल झाला. हे पटतं आणि बरोबर हे अगदी छान पटतं. पण ते कसं होणार, म्हणजे सगळं ज्ञानी झाला माणूस नंतर याच्यामध्ये फरक पडतो का ज्ञान जसं जसं होत असतं तसं वृत्तीमध्ये आधी आपल्याला उचलून जगाच्या आपल्याला ठेवला. पण काय झालं काय ज्ञानी ज्याला करायचो आपण हो आणि आपल्याला जगाच्या आपल्याला ठेवलं हो तर काय होते देऊचं आहे मग आपली वेगळं. Maharaj said, this knowledge that you are, you in inverted commas, he tells us, and that is to be understood and grasped. Once that is done, how strong the earlier conditioning is, and how long it will take for the deconditioning to take place, why are you concerned with it? Why do you even think about it? Ignore it. Let it take as long as it likes. But you know what you are. You know what the position is. See that position. Whenever the thought occurs, see the position as it is in the perspective. And forget me, ignore what the conditioning is. It will decondition itself in the course of life. Never lose your hold on that knowledge that you are. That is only. Once you know who you are, why do you bother with anything else?
Can I ask one more question about that? Maharaj taught me to think always I am. I am. Never, never I was, never I will be.
What is your other world?
Some power.
It's always I am. And it's always now I say I am. And then I think over the last few months, just Jesus said before Abraham was, I am. It's the same I am.
Yes.
Well, I'm curious to know because when Jesus said before Abraham was, I am, it was also in this now moment that I am. He didn't say I was or I will be. It's this now moment. So when Jesus said I am, when Mahatma Gandhi said I am, when I say I am, is it always in the same moment now? Is it the same moment? You know what I mean? Is the time the same moment?
यांचा प्रश्न असा, महाराजांनी मला सांगितलंय की मी आहे ही जाणीव ह्या क्षणात पूर्वी किंवा नंतरचेच नाही, ह्या क्षणाला मी आहे, तो क्षण आहे, त्या क्षणाला मी आहे. असं जीसस ख्राइस्टनी पण म्हटलं आणि दुसऱ्या कोणी म्हटलं. त्या सरकारने म्हटलं ते हेच असलं पाहिजे. कारण की मी मागचं असं त्याने कोणाचं म्हटलं नाही. जीसस ख्राइस्टने सुद्धा म्हटलं की इब्राहिम म्हणे आणि होतं त्याच्या आधी मी ते आहे. ते सगळ्याच आपण म्हणतात तेच असलं पाहिजे कारण का ती जाणीव आहे. जाणीवेचा साक्षी आहे. जाणीवेचा साक्षी जे आहे ते विजयी आहे. जाणीव सर्व नाही आहे. So he says, yes, that is so, but this distinction people don't make, but which you have from Maharaj.
Yeah.
You see, I'll tell you about this something later. So he says, I am this consciousness.
Yes.
It is the same thing, but He says, you are prior to that consciousness.
I know that. I'm trying
This
to...
consciousness depends on the body.
Yes.
That individual consciousness cannot exist
No.
without the support of a body. And therefore, it is in millions of forms,
Yes.
this consciousness.
Yes.
But that I am, which everyone can say,
Yes.
not you, but I am,
Yes.
that is for all time, and that is permanent.
All time.
All time, and that doesn't, in fact, and in that the time doesn't, concepts of time and space do not arise.
It's a...
Space and time arise only in consciousness. You see? So this subtle distinction, Maharaj always makes.
But I am is in consciousness, and yet when I am is thought, it is always here and now.
That's right.
So that is spaceless and...
As far as we are concerned, we can only know consciousness.
Yes, but I'm saying that...
The state prior to that,
Yes.
no one knows because in sleep we don't.
But I'm saying, Maharaj says time and space are in consciousness. But when I make the I am, it is timeless and spaceless. It is always here and it is always now, no matter where I am, no matter what time it is. And when Jesus said I am, is it in the same place in the same time?
Yes,
It is the same. Then nobody has ever lived in the past. Nobody will ever live in the future.
That's what he said.
You ask him that?
मतलब पुन्हा तेच म्हणतो तो जीसस क्राइस्टने म्हटलेलं मागं पुढं असं म्हणजे आत्ता ह्या क्षणच आपल्याजवळ आहे आणि आधीचा किंवा नंतरचा आपल्याला काही माहिती नाही किंवा आता हा क्षण जो आहे तिथेच सगळं आहे.
That's true. I have not lived in the past. I will not live in the future.
Because the question of time is only a concept.
But the question of space is another concept that cancels out the concept of time. They just cancel each other out. They mean nothing.
म्हणजे वेळ काळ हा ही एक कल्पनाच आहे आणि कल्पना वेळच नाही. कार्य चार काळ जग ईश्वर त्या वेळच नाही. All these concepts of time, space, and consciousness.
Yes.
They're all one.
Yes.
When this consciousness, this speck of consciousness arose, all that bundle of imaginary concepts arose with it.
Yes.
Before that, he always said, what were you before you were born? You see?
Yes. But these concepts that the mind comes up with, sometimes one concept just cancels out the other concept and it means nothing. It doesn't need a concept.
Don't think it imaginary.
No, but I'm saying that they do cancel each other. I know it's imaginary, but that's the only realm that I can begin with.
जाणीवेमध्ये एक कल्पना येते, दुसरी कल्पना आल्यावर ते पहिली कल्पना मावळून जाते. तुमच्या बॉडी बरोबर मागचं पाणी आलं असंच आहे प्रवाहामध्ये, पुढच्या बॉडीला मागचं पाणी आहे असंच आहे. So you see, that is so. You see, that is at the, as soon as in the flowing water, what we see now has gone and the one at the behind comes in. But what we are concerned with is that the present moment. That is, there is, what is now will be gone, will be become a past in a split second.
Yes.
And the future, of course, we don't know. So only thing is the present.
So the present moment could be said to be consciousness, awareness of the present moment, whereas past and future are the mind, are just the mind. Yes. The closer we come to reality is this I am now. Now and here, and it is always now and here, always. And you did say nobody's ever lived, nobody has lived, nobody will live. It's always, who calls it the child of the family will live? To have lived into the whole world, and whole world. If you imagine it, the thing that goes to the whole thing in a dream, in the original sleep, who was fastest. See, I know that it's the philosophy of the dream, it does not seem like a dream. I think what you hear is my
साक्षी म्हणतात ते महाराज म्हणतात म्हणजे साक्षी असं नाही, साक्षत्व घडत ते जाणलं म्हणजे जे घडतंय ते साक्षात्व करायला जात नाही, पण साक्षीत्व झाल्याशिवाय घडल्याशिवाय यू कांट डिलिबरेटली डू एनी witnessing, and you can't avoid witnessing either. So consciousness and witnessing are synonymous.
I want to ask him about consciousness. Maharaj says this consciousness comes upon us when we take the form of the body, when we are born as consciousness. It originally is I am. It is awareness of a being, but not a being, a man or a boy. Okay, that is sort of what he calls universal consciousness, which is awareness of feeling. Before that child appears in the womb, is the complete consciousness, before anything in phenomenal worlds can be said to exist. Okay? When a phenomenal world is nothing, then it will be said to be consciousness. I mean, does consciousness only come into existence with a thing? Phenomenal. Or does consciousness exist before?
Look, that, as soon as तुम्ही जर जाणीव देह असल्याशिवाय जाणीव येऊ शकत नाही. पदार्थ रसाशिवाय देह हो. पदार्थ हो. पदार्थाचा रसाशिवाय देह हो. त्याशिवाय जाणीव. So he says, without the material, there is no body.
There is
No body.
No.
The body must be made of some material. That's the five elements.
Yeah.
And without the body, there is no consciousness.
No, there is no consciousness.
There is no consciousness. Bodyच्या रसामध्ये झाली नाही. In fact, this consciousness is, he calls it the taste of the food juice.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
That is the body, and the essence of that body is this knowingness. Knowingness, the presence.
Consciousness. But Maharaj also said that inanimate objects also have consciousness in a very recent. Now that is not body. I mean, he said once the ashtray had consciousness.
Yes, but what do you mean by body? It's a form.
I think of consciousness as being an awareness. I don't see awareness in incense whole thing. But Maharaj says there is consciousness in rocks and in ashtrays.
सगळ्या पदार्थामध्ये जाणीव असते असं महाराजांनी म्हटलंय. अगोदर चैतन्य बघा. आणि चैतन्य असतो. You see, this here, he uses, that is where this subtle distinction in words comes from. Broadly, you can say there are various words used for the same thing. But then why are different words used? Because for this final, this subtle distinction. Now, he says, what you mean is sensuous. Sensuous. Consciousness is what gives a sentient being his sentient being. Sentient.
Oh, sentient, sorry, yes. Yeah.
Sentient. So that's why he says Chaitanya and Jnani, there is knowingness.
Yes.
But what is prevailing is Chaitanya.
Which means
the consciousness. But what we are
consciousness
using
and knowingness.
and sentience. The man is a sentient being.
Yes. Yes.
What gives the sentient being his sentience?
Consciousness. But not the same consciousness as
Yes, but that is,
a different word.
there is no sentience in you. But the consciousness is present everywhere.
But consciousness is present as long as there is manifestation.
That is correct.
It comes along with it. And it goes, when the manifestation goes, the consciousness in that particular manifestation goes also, but remains in other. Well, what happens when all manifestation goes?
It merges, Mona said it merges in the non-manifestation.
Which you call that pure consciousness? Would you call it anything?
In English, we use it awareness. तर इंग्लिश याच्यामध्ये तो म्हणतो हे सगळं जे दिसतंय त्याचा लय झाला म्हणजे मग जाणीवेचं काय होतं. पण कसं व्हायचं आहे कळलं पाहिजे. म्हणजे काय? So he said, ultimately when it disappears, he said, what happens in the ultimate, that is to be understood before it merges. So that is why he says, see the picture as a whole.
Yeah.
लय झालं म्हणजे काय झालं ते लक्षात घेतलं.
There's something else. I was looking at the mind. The mind does not seem to be anything but words. Do you seem to recall?
That is what he is saying.
Does he say that?
तो म्हणतो मी विचार केला तर म्हणतो मन म्हणजे शब्दाशिवाय दुसरं काहीच नाही. महाराज तेच सांगतात. महाराज म्हण म्हणतात. माझ्याला म्हणलं विचार आले म्हणतो तर वाचलच गाणं वाचत त्याला मन म्हणतो तिला गीता म्हणतो नाही ते म्हणत ते सांगितलं दुसरं म्हणे. Maharaj says this song, he calls it Gita, goes on all the time. We call it mind. Gita means the song.
Yeah.
And that song, as soon as consciousness arises, that song goes on all the time. And we call it, he calls it Gita or song. We call it mind or thoughts.
Yeah, which are only words.
Which are only words.
But the words The words divide up everything. The words, I notice, cut everything up into separate individual pieces. I cannot say anything that is not false. Words lie. Words, there are no words I think because it divides everything.
तो म्हणतो हे सगळे शब्द यायला लागले म्हटल्याबरोबर हे एक होतं ते सगळे तुकडे होतात त्याचे.
वाटते तुकडे होतात पण तुकडे व्हायला आकाशावर काय तुकडे कसे होतात शब्द आकाशासारखेच आहे आकाशातून एकटाच आकाशाचा.
So he said, even this breaking up is only a concept. You see, now, what happens when you break up? He said, in the space, the thoughts or the words come, then they get broken up. But then what happens? They are still there. They are all in the space is only one. You can't break up space.
The words try to.
So that is only a concept.
Maharaj said the thoughts still come through my mind over and over and over again because there is still a person here. As he said, it is still a person in the outside world that causes this. He said, all interest in the outside world is possible stop. I thought my interest was pretty well gone, but I mean, I have not done everything in the outside world, but everything I have done has led to final boredom, final disappointment. And I said, but the thoughts that come through my mind, I cannot go back to the left and do every conceivable action until I become a Lord. Do you know what I'm saying? I said, well, thoughts still come through my mind. Maharaj said, as long as there's still attractions to the outside world, thoughts will continue. Yes? In other words, as long as I haven't annihilated all the attractions of the world, the mind will continue. I asked him the other day, then does that mean I have to go back into the world and do every conceivable behavior until I become tired of it? You know what I'm saying? Until I get up. He said, I didn't understand his answer. He said, no, when you dream, you don't have to perform all the actions in the dream. You didn't understand. I'm totally confused now.
तर मग महाराजांनी आधी विचारलं की हे सगळे मनात विचार वगैरे येतात ते म्हणजे असं आहे का की जगात जे जे काही आहे त्याच्याबद्दल मी अगदी कंटाळून सोडलं तर माझे विचार थांबतील. त्या महाराजांनी सांगितलं की विचार थांबणारच नाही. आणि नंतर सांगितलं की हे सगळं स्वप्न चाललेलं असलं तर स्वप्नात जे काही चालतं त्याच्याबद्दल कशाला तू लक्ष देतोस.
लक्ष करून करणार पाहिजे.
हा. So he said, he compared this original teaching was that the whole thing is a dream. So he compares it with your own individual dream. When you are asleep and the dream comes, he says, are you able to do anything about the dream? You can't. The dream must take its own course. So this dream also, must take its own course.
You stand back.
And what?
You stand back and watch.
And look,
Or let it happen.
मग हे जे स्वप्न चाललंय जर त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा आम्ही काही करू शकत नाही नुसतं बघत बसायचं हे हा जन्म होईपर्यंत. बट द पॉइंट इम्पॉर्टंट पण ते याच्यामध्ये हे स्वप्न आहे हे जाणणंच मुख्य आहे नाही. हे जे चाललंय ते स्वप्नासारखं आहे हे ओळखणंच really important point is to understand that this is a useless dream and must take its own course. Understanding it is important. Thereafter you merely let it go.
Well, we have to make some decisions. I decided to sell my belongings and come to India to find a guru. That was an act of volition. It was.
म्हणतात काय होतं आपण म्हणतो मला आपोआपच होतं पण तो म्हणाले मी त्यांच्या मध्ये कॅनडामध्ये माझे सगळे जे होते ते एकीकडे करून गोळा करून ते सगळं विकून हिंदुस्थानामध्ये यायचं ते म्हणजे ते मीच ठरवलं नाही का त्याचे आपोआपच
हे करायला पाहिजे तेव्हा तुमच्या हटेंगे नाही ना समजा त्याला आपण मी करू
तेही माहित नाही आता काय ते नाही आहे हे तुम्ही कळलं म्हणजे सगळं कोणता जाण्याची पुरपूर करा. हे पण जो अनुभव आहे तो निष्कामपणे म्हणून सेवा लागला. काय उपयोग नाही तुम्हाला तुम्ही अजून जाणवते तेच अनंत आपण आहे पण जाणवते काय.
When a person dies, then there is no longer that individual. And that individual does not know he was. And the individual does not even know now that he is not.
No, it's the belief he is.
You see, so all that happens is in the consciousness.
Yeah.
The important thing is merely to understand it. And in that process, what the dream figure, it is still a dream figure. So, dream figure does, whether it is an act of volition or not, it is still in the dream figure that is doing it. No matter what. And the important thing is to understand this.
But even then, if the dream figure gives up the idea of any volition or action at all, it's still a dream. So what can...
Yes, therefore, whatever the dream figure does, is only, it is still a dream figure.
Is it a better dream if he gives up the idea of volition?
For whom? For the dream figure.
Yeah, it is a day.
And the whole idea of doership has to be given up.
And you will when you understand that the whole thing is
But when one understands with the mind, intellectually you grasp it, but don't please translate that. But that is the problem. But not understanding with the heart and not being able to, not do anything about it.
हे स्वप्न आहे बुद्धीने समजलं पण ते पुन्हा पुन्हा आपण
स्वप्न नाही बाबा. स्वप्न ही देवामध्ये आहे. स्वप्न म्हणजे आपण आपल्याला काळजी केवळ ओनली स्वप्न. देवाला म्हणजे भाषा वापरलेली आहे बरोबर आहे. पण आपण आई जे भाव जो गुण नाही ना ज्ञान गुण आहे आपण आहे असं भाव ते स्वप्न ते असं आहे. आणि तुम्ही आता गेलो म्हणजे होतो हा गुन्हा दिलेला नाही दिला. हा गुन्हा गेला म्हणजे आपण आलो गेलो पाहिजे काय काही घडल्याचा अनुभव नोंद नाही. अवघड पण माझ्यामध्ये नाही त्यांच्या संकल्पना हे अनुभव असतील पण ते खरे नाही. आहे तो आहे झालं होतं नव्हतं.
The one major thing.
जाणी माहिती सगळं काय.
So long as there is consciousness, all this is there as an appearance, a movement in consciousness. Once the consciousness goes, there is no remembrance or recollection of what you were, male, female, or whatever you have achieved, not achieved, and there is no awareness of that you are not there either. Once that disappears, there is nothing. This is the only thing to be understood.
How does it differ from that? Is it any way different from sleep?
From that,
How does that differ in any way from sleep?
मग हे आपल्या आता याच्यातल्या झोपेपासून ती स्थिती फरक तर काय आहे त्याच्यामध्ये ती स्थिती आणि आता आपण झोपेमध्ये गाढ झोपे काय मग काही जास्त फरक असतो.
अरे हजारो नाही हजेरी असल्यावर फरक कशाला बघतो. हजेरी दिसतोय.
The presence itself is not there. The quality is the same. When the presence itself is not there, you are not present.
No. In sleep, I'm not there.
Therefore, then he says, when you are not present, why do you undertake and accept all kinds of difficulties?
When I'm not present, I can't. When I'm not present, that's why all my
Yes, once if you understand what they say,
or my absence. If I understood my verbal absence, I would.
total absence of the manifestation. That is the total presence of the all absence of cognizance. Therefore he says the very person who is dead, he doesn't know that he is not.
He doesn't know.
And he doesn't know that he was.
No. He does not know.
So he says that is the whole life.
That's not the Bible.
मग ती स्थिती म्हणजे ती उत्तम स्थिती आहे.
उत्तम स्थिती ही गती आहे ती आहे ही सगळी गती आहे. So even this consciousness means movement. And when this consciousness disappears, there is no movement, there is no time, space, nothing. It's a state of wholeness.
But then what is the difference when consciousness leaves this body, an ignorant man's body, and when consciousness leaves a jnani's body? It is the same emptiness that comes to both, isn't it?
ही जाणीव ज्ञानी माणसाची जाणीव गेली किंवा अज्ञानी माणसाची जाणीव गेली तरी सगळे दोन्ही एकच. बोथ आर द सेम. अज्ञानी पुढे काढलेलं आहे असं पाहिजे, ज्ञानी संपलं असं. The ignorant man thinks that beyond this there is something, and the man of knowledge knows that beyond that there is nothing.
Then why do we struggle so hard to realize during this weak life when the end result is the same number?
मग दोन्ही म्हणजे अज्ञानी माणूस आणि ज्ञानी तर शेवटी जर एकच स्थिती आहे तर मग इथे हे रसाचा गुण आहे जो ज्ञानाचा काय करतात मला याला रसाचा गुण मला बरोबरचा रस मला अन्नाचा रस मला याचा गुण आहे. ज्ञानी अज्ञानी कुठे आहे? Then he says all this is a result of this guna. Then where is the question of any knowledge and person of ignorance?
So then, okay, then there's no personal knowledge, but there is knowledge and there is ignorance, no personal. What is this? And the death of ignorance and the death of knowledge are the results are the same. The death of consciousness is together, and knowledge is they're both relative. Consciousness, the results are the same, aren't they?
शेवटी एकच असतं. मग ज्ञान कशाला घ्यावं होता? ज्ञान घ्यायची जरूर कुठं आहे? सगळं शेवटी सोसत नाही बोलू. Because this consciousness that has come upon us cannot be sustained. You are forced to do something. अन्न कशाला घ्यावं? पाणी कशाला घ्यावं? सहन होत नाही. पाणी पाहिजे, अन्न पाहिजे, तसं ज्ञान तुला पाहिजे. पण काय ना? Because once this consciousness comes upon us and we know we exist, can we sit idle? No, we have to eat, we have to drink. So that is because the consciousness has come back.
The consciousness wants to know the truth.
It is the consciousness that makes us act.
Whether it's towards knowledge or ignorance.
Yes. Either way, because we cannot sustain this consciousness without doing it. Consciousness makes us feel.
It's emotional.
It is emotional.
Yes, there is an importance to understand, to achieve this state beyond consciousness that Maharaj talks about. But if at the end of this brief transient life the results are the same for everything, every phenomenal thing, the results are endlessly, timelessly the same, this effort really leads to nothing. It is sadhana, you don't know that.
शेवटी जर एकच आहे तर मी साधना वगैरे करायची तर त्याचा काही उपयोग नाही. What do you mean by it's the same thing? What do you mean when you say it's the same thing?
The same thing. Well, I was saying the state, Maharaj says the state after beingness, which is not, which is beyond being and non-being, which comes at death, is the same for a jnani and an ignorant man. He says,
But he has already said, where is the question of ignorant person and the knowledgeable person? There is no individual.
no, okay, it's the same for knowledge and for ignorance.
There is no individual.
No, okay, so I'm saying then the results are the same for ignorance and for knowledge. Not the person, there is no person, but there is ignorance, there is knowledge, there is understanding, yes, no, there is no ignorance at all. Now we get back together.
Right. हो. संध्याकाळी म्हटलं मुद्दा शिने हो तुम्ही जरा एक म्हणता हो त्यानंतर Maharaj says, I may call it one. Buddha calls it zero. And Maharaj calls it illusion. Mithya. That is false, illusion.
But Buddha called zero, Maharaj called illusion.
Illusion.
He called the ultimate zero. Buddha
Buddha calls it zero.
is zero.
I may call it one or whole. Maharaj calls it illusion.
He's talking about the manifest world now. Smile.
महाराजांनी हे मिथ्या म्हटलं त्या मायेला मिथ्या म्हटलं. त्याला नावच देत माया काय ब्रह्म काय जीव सगळे एकच. They're all different names for the same thing.
I don't know. Maharaj, when I moved to Tirunelveli, in the first week, I had a dream. Maharaj came and spoke, had an interpreter, spoke very thoroughly to me, and said, why don't you just let go? And I said, because I'm going to the grave.
Could you speak louder, please? Yes, speak louder. We can't hear.
No, they can't hear you.
I'm sorry. When I left Maharaj last year, I went to Tirunelveli, and in the first week I had a very, very vivid dream where Maharaj came without an interpreter and spoke, and he said, why don't you just let go? Let go. And I didn't know let go of what. I did know, but I didn't. And he said, let's let go. And he then said, it's as easy as falling off a cliff. Well, we have an expression in the West, it's easy as falling off a log. At least you don't get hurt. Falling off a cliff, you tend to get killed. And I still held back, and he showed me what it would be like. He showed me the way he thought was. And I knew nothing of the Buddhist idea of the universe being created over and over again. I read none of that. But what he showed me in the dream was every time I looked at it was fresh over and over and over and over. Now I know dreams are no more real than my dream consciousness is no more real than my waking. So what he showed me in the dream, this universe that constantly renews itself, from its mildest surprise to second to second. Is that the way Maharaj sees? I know he's going to say he sees nothing.
तो गेल्या वर्षी इथं आला आणि नंतर तो तिरुवण्णामला परत गेला. त्या पहिल्या आठवड्यात त्याला अगदी स्पष्ट स्वप्न पडलं की महाराज तिथे आले आणि मला सांगतायत तू सोडून दे, पकडून ठेवू नकोस काय, सोडून दे असं म्हणतो. पण मला काही समजलं नाही, सोडून दे महाराज म्हणतात ते काय. तो मग पुन्हा हे झालं, महाराजांनी सांगितलं इथं एका डोंगराच्या एका शेवटी त्या खड्यावर जाऊन तिथं उडे मारली, सोडून दिलं. ते काय होतं, ते सोडून दे म्हणा, काही ठेवून घेऊ नको, सगळं सोडून दे. नाही हे अगदी स्पष्ट हे पडलं. मग ते म्हणजे ते काय होतं असं इतर अगदी सोडून दे म्हटलं ना, आमचा गणपाई कर्मला सोडून दे ना महाराज. So I asked him, no, what Maharaj he said, let go.
Yeah.
He says, let go of the concept that I am so and so or such and such.
I knew that's what he meant. But then that's your death. Then he said it's as easy as falling off a cliff, which is your certain death. It is a certain death of the individual. Of the individual.
So but he says you are not an individual.
I know. You gotta hang on to that idea.
मला साधारण कसं वाचलं होतं म्हणाला, कारण काय तू घरून जर उडी मारली तर मरणार, तर मला कोण म्हणणार, तर तो एखादा पण मी एखादा नाही आहे असं मला सांगितलं. तर ते समजतं असं असणार म्हणून मी नंतर कल्पना केली. I am so and so as an individual. This is let go of that concept.
I thought I had. Every time I think I have let it go, I realize it's still there. It's been with me a long time.
He spoke in English with him.
Yeah, whatever he spoke, I understood. It was very nice.
यांनी विचारलं महाराज कुठल्या भाषेने बोलले, तेव्हा भाषेची जरूरच नव्हती म्हणे. पण महाराज काय सांगायचं होतं त्याला असं म्हणलं, भाषेची जरूर नव्हती.
I'm done to say a lot.
Words of Raman Maharshi. They say that I'm dying, but I'm not going away. Where can I go? I'm here.
रमण महर्षींचे शब्द पुष्कळांना माहित आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये सगळ्यांनी त्यांच्याकडे जे जातात त्यांना आठवतं काय की त्यांना शेवटी त्यांना देह सोडत होते तेव्हा सगळे येऊन काहीतरी सांगायचे का म्हणायचे तेव्हा म्हणाले तुम्ही याला महत्व देता का? मी मरतो म्हणजे काय? मी जाणार कुठं? मी तर जाणार कुठं? मी मरतो म्हणजे काय? असं त्याने is absolutely correct.
But if you say that to some people, we ask them, they take that to mean he never can I go out here. Take that to mean we ask them.
हा म्हणजे मला समजलं आपण काय म्हणतो, पण ते आश्रमाचे लोक काय म्हणतात त्याला बरोबर ठीक आहे इथं आश्रमामध्ये आहे असं असा ते अर्थ घेत आहे. आठवण केल्याबरोबर तिथं आहेतच.
मला नाही प्रेम भावना कल्पनेचा मला
Even this, he says, is the concept of the personal love for an individual.
तुमचा उद्योग म्हणजे काय तो काय
Maharaj, with all this, he says just one word, he says, find out what is meant by one's being creative. One's swata udbhav means being creative. Find out what it really is, what it means to be. No, to be born, to be created. So what is
To come from non-being to being.
An awakening. An awakening.
awakening and
Awakening.
awakening. ते म्हणजे जाग होणे. ते म्हटलं जाग होणे याचा कसा अर्थ म्हणजे जाग होणे असं असं म्हणलं.
त्याचे तुम्ही म्हणत की आमचं बरोबर आहे आमचंही बरोबर आहे पण त्याशिवाय तुम्ही काय आवाज मला
He said, use whatever word you like, but find out what you were before the word, or what you are before the word.
What you are, not the word.
What you are, what you are before the word.
It's what you always are. Before the word, before timeless baby. Oh, yes. No, I thought that was I am consciousness. No, that was before.
नंबर झाले वॉल्टर तीच नव्हता का आला तिथं त्यांचं काय की जाणीव म्हणजे सगळं. आपण जाणीवेच्या आधी काय कोण होत जाणीव याच्या आधी आपण कोण होता ते बघा आपण सांगतो. हे रमण महर्षींकडे होते कसं काय झालं ना माहिती पण वॉल्टर तीस यांचं सुद्धा ते तिथंच असतं. काय की म्हणजे जाणीव म्हणजेच मी आणि त्याच्या हो पण ते
गाडी म्हणजे विशेष आधी बघा पंचभूत दादे बाल
So he said, depends on how you look at it. That is, this consciousness, so long as this is there, but this consciousness, as I said earlier, is time bound. But it is the same thing, but this is time bound. Two sides of the coin.
In this body, this food body, consciousness remains a spirit body. If I am that consciousness, that universal consciousness, then the death of this body just means that the consciousness no longer looks out of these particular eyes or hears out of these ears anymore, but it still exists in those eyes and those ears. But that is not what Maharaj says I am as consciousness.
मग हे देह गेल्यावर ती जाणीव या देहामध्ये आहे ती या देहातून बघत नाही पण दुसऱ्या देहातून बघत असते.
ही कल्पना तुला आठवली त्या पद्धतीनं काय
This is
मला आठवलेलं कल्पना असं काय झाली आहे
this is just one of the concepts which has arisen from the consciousness. How does it help? That's it. The concept will come up.
Come at the lower level of mind and intellect. That's what we raise all the questions. But at the higher level, which you can find the which you can realize on by the jhana, that is a very high stage. But it should not arrive. They are lower level techniques. Higher techniques are used for. And when it has no questions, that was there is no questions on mind in each second. Go beyond that. This on the second we are asking or they are asking. Comes in low level. That is mind and intellect. Mind and intellect. You should only open that. Because of the identification of the body, these questions come. What these ones come? Because the Shani is attending in the Buddha. If not,
हे सगळे प्रश्न उद्भवतात कारण आपण देहाशी एकरूप आहोत म्हणून हे उद्भवतात. ते याच्याशी आपण देहाशी एकरूप नसतो तर हे प्रश्न उद्भवलेच नसतील. मूल आहे एवढं नसलं त्याच्याकडे ध्यान करा. सत्वाचा मूल आहे एवढं विचार करा त्याच्यात तुम्ही नाही तेच पण तुम्ही तत्व तुम्ही नाही मग तत्वातही तुम्ही नाही. Final advice that Maharaj gives as this sort of final one single formula is, he said the only thing we have is this consciousness. So conscience, be one with that consciousness. But if they firm understand that even this consciousness, being of the five elements, will be time. Concentrate on it because that's the only thing there. But with the full understanding that even that is time, and that is therefore not the time-bound thing. Not the time-bound thing. Knowing it, be one with that. Because that is the only thing.
Not with the time-bound state, but with the knowing that we are the knowing.
Be one with this state, but with this consciousness, because that is the only thing that's out there. But also that with the firm knowledge that that is time bound.
Yes.
That is not for all time. आपण सांगितलं तेच त्यांनी पुन्हा पुन्हा बोलला की जाणे म्हणजे तात्पुरते ते ओळखून पण ते त्याच्याशी एक ओनली थिंग इज टू अंडरस्टँड that this is the state of affairs. Merely see it. Oh. Maharaj says he makes this extremely clear, but most other people, even if they know it, they don't know this picture as he sees it. Even if they know, they won't make it that clear as is being made clear here. लक्षात ते आलं बोलून दाखवले तरी सही करणार नाही तरी पण ते बरोबर आहे हे कसं नाही मला So having understood this, if you mention it to someone else who is supposedly a knowledgeable man, he may understand it, but he will not accept it. He will say, no, that is not true. In other words, he will be afraid to deliver it.
This state beyond beingness, is that what you consider our original natural state? The state beyond consciousness?
Yes.
That is it.
Yes.
That is what we came from.
जाणीव आपण म्हणतो हा जाणीवेचा आजार येण्यापूर्वी मी काय होतो ती माझी खरी स्थिती का येस रिपीटेडली रताराने जाण्याचा अनुभव नसताना ते कसा होतो Before I had this experience or illness of this consciousness, what was I?
Illness of consciousness.
Yes, he calls it an illness, yes. Before I had this illness or experience of this illness of consciousness, what was? That was my true. You should always go back to that state. It's a reverse, go back.
It's a nice place to be. He has to give it up immediately. This consciousness that Maharaj says, this illness, this I am, It's very pleasant. It is nice. It's an enjoyable place. It's I am consciousness.